I'm sitting here today with the ghost of Heiner Müller. Guten Tag. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Müller. Where were you born? January 9th, 1929, in what is formerly known as East Germany. Eppendorf, to be exact. It says here you joined the SED in 1947. What's the SED? In English, the Socialist Unity Party of Germany. It was a communist political party with a Marxist-Leninist ideology. Interesting. How did you begin writing? I began serving for the German Writers Association in 1954. I was 25 years old. What was your first major play? It was called 10 Days That Shook the World and was published in 1957. Tell me more. It is based on the book by John Reed. It is about the October Revolution in Russia in 1917. Reed experienced it firsthand and followed many of the Bolshevik leaders during his time in Russia. Any other big hits? The Scab came after in 1958. My wife, Inga, co-wrote with me. What was it about? It is set at the time of Reconstruction. It was based on the hero, a bricklayer, Hans Garb, portrayed in the play by the brigade worker named Balk. Balk's repair of a chimney is sabotaged by fellow workers who think that Balk's effort to complete his work damages their interests. Balk is humiliated but keeps coming back to work. Around this time, you won the Heinrich Mann Prize. What's that about? Yes, in 1959. The prize is given each year by the Berlin Academy of Art, formerly known as the Academy of Art of Communist East Germany. The prize is given for works with, quote, socially critical aspects in a character that would honor Heinrich Mann. Let's hear some more titles. Well, I got in a bit of trouble with the East German state after my play The Resettler Woman, which was first performed in 1961. They felt the need to censor it after only one performance. Then what happened? I wrote another play in 1965 called Construction Site. The East German government still did not like me at this time, so it was not performed until 1980. You mentioned your wife earlier. Tell us about her. Inga and I met in 1953. We married in 1955. I was 26. She was 30. She was a poet, so we began to write theater pieces and radio dramas together. She eventually started to feel, however, as if she worked in my shadow. Did she cheat on you? Well, as a matter of fact, she did. With my own brother, Wolfgang, he was only 16 years old at the time. We did not have a good relationship in the following years. Tell me about some of your later works. Perhaps my best-known play is Hamlet Machine. I wrote it in 1977, and it was based on Hamlet by William Shakespeare. You may have heard of Hamlet. I was always a firm believer in sampling, the practice of taking other texts to be used, imitated, and rewritten. Did you sample any other writers during your time? Oh, yes. I did an adaptation of Sophocles' Oedipus Rex in 1967, another of Sophocles' works in 1968, and a translation of Prometheus in 1969. What did people think of Hamlet Machine? Some critics say that the play antagonizes the role of intellectuals during the East German communist era, but others say that it should be examined in relation to wider postmodern concepts. The plot is very unconventional and includes sequences of monologues and reflection on being an actor. That sounds sort of Brechtian in a way. Brecht was one of my biggest influences. In fact, it is said that I am arguably the most important German dramatist of the 20th century since Brecht. Soon after Hamlet Machine, you were accepted into the Academy of the Arts. Tell me about that. Yes. I was accepted into the Academy of East Germany 2 years after my acceptance in West Berlin. I was also readmitted into the East German Writers Association in 1988. I became president of the East Germany Academy of the Arts for a short time in 1990. You were also awarded the Kleist Prize in 1990? Yes, this award is a very important and prestigious German literature prize. It was discontinued in 1933, but began again in 1985. Fascinating. And what other honors were you given? In 1992, I was invited to join the directorate of the Berliner Ensemble, which was Brecht's former company. I was one of 5 members. In 1995, I acted as its sole artistic director. How and when did you die? I died in 1995 of throat cancer. Too many cigars. And where are you buried? In Berlin at the famous Dorfeenstadt Cemetery. Both Brecht and Heinrich Mann are buried there as well. Thanks for your time, the ghost of Mr. Müller. Müller. No problem. Auf Wiedersehen! It is set at the time of Reconstruction. It was based on the hero, a bricklayer, Hans Garb, portrayed in the play by the great... Alright. Take 2. It is set at the time of Reconstruction. It is based on the hero, a bricklayer, Hans Garb, portrayed in the play by the brigade worker named Balk. Balk's repair of a chimney... Shit! Alright. Hey, 3 blue for real! Stop it!
No, not when you were being serious. It was after you messed up.
It is set at the time of Reconstruction. It was based on the hero... I was was always a firm believer in sampling, the practice of taking over Some critics say that the play antagonizes was invited to join the directorate. I'm a ghost!